Hello and welcome to Bio in Our Life. Today we are going to learn about the restriction enzymes. Restriction enzymes are specialized enzymes that recognize and cut the double-stranded DNA at a particular sequence called the recognition sequence. Restriction enzymes belong to a class of enzymes called the nucleases. Nucleases are of two types, endonucleases and exonucleases. Endonucleases cut the DNA at specific positions within the sequence, that is producing the internal cuts, whereas exonucleases cuts the DNA at the ends. Exonucleases basically remove the nucleotide from the ends. Now we must understand the nature never designed restriction enzyme to serve as our tool for RDT. Restriction enzymes play an important role in bacteria's defense system. Restriction enzymes monitor the origin of incoming DNA and destroy it if it's recognized as foreign. Here we can see a bacteriophage has attached itself to the bacterial cell. It inserts its phage DNA into the bacteria, which the bacterial cell recognizes as foreign and as a threat. That is when restriction enzymes come into play. They recognize the foreign DNA and chop it into smaller pieces, rendering them useless, thus protecting the bacteria from the phage's threat. Restriction enzymes basically restrict the entry of foreign DNA into the bacteria. That is where it gets its name from, restriction enzymes. Let us see how restriction enzymes are named. The first letter is the genus of the organism from which the enzyme is derived. The second and the third letters are the species of the organism. The fourth letter denotes the name of the strain, followed by a Roman number, which is the order of the isolation of the enzyme. Now let us look at an example, EcoR1. Here E denotes the genus of the organism, C and O are the species, R denotes the strain, and the Roman number 1 implies it is the first E. coli restriction enzyme to be discovered. There are 4 types of restriction enzymes, type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 2S, out of which type 2 is of importance in RDT. This is because the type 2 enzyme recognizes and cleaves the DNA within the recognition sequence, whereas the other types of restriction enzymes recognize a particular sequence and they cleave far away from the recognition sequence, either upstream or downstream. Every recognition enzyme recognizes a unique sequence which is called the recognition sequence, which is usually of length 4 to 8 base pairs. Here is EcoR1's recognition sequence. Recognition sequences are usually palindromic. Palindromic sequences are basically DNA sequences that read the same in both the strands in the direction 5' to 3' and 3' to 5'. Restriction enzymes, after recognizing the unique sequences, cut at specific sites. As I mentioned previously, type 2 restriction enzymes cut at specific sites within the recognition sequence only. Restriction enzymes after digestion generate 2 types of ends, either sticky ends or blunt ends. Sticky end generating enzymes after digestion generate protruding single-stranded ends. An example of such an enzyme is EcoR1. EcoR1's cut site is depicted over here with the help of the arrows. After digestion, it produces these overhangs or the sticky ends. Whereas for blunt end generating enzyme, after digestion only blunt ends are produced. SMA1 is an example of such an enzyme. The cut sites are shown over here. After digestion, it does not produce any overhang. Instead, blunt ends are produced. Sticky end generating enzymes are of importance in RDT. That is because the overhang generated over here after digestion will help the DNA sequence to easily ligate to other DNA sequences having the complementary overhang. Whereas the ligation is not that easy in case of blunt end generating enzyme. Adapters and linkers will be required for ligation. Thank you for watching the video. Do like, share, comment and subscribe.